So we're given here some information about rainfall and the yield of crops for that particular rainfall over a 9-year period. And in the problem, we're also told what the regression equation is. It's given as y hat is equal to negative 9.12 plus 4.38 times x. Now, remember that the y hat equation, the least squares regression equation, is the predicted value of y. Okay, so when this question says what would the expected number of inches of rain be if the yield is 60 bushels of wheat, we can in a sense work backwards in the problem. So let's start by writing down what we have here. Remember that the yield is going to be my y variable, that the rainfall is going to be my x variable, and what we're given in the problem here is we know that we have 60 bushels of wheat, so that's the yield, and we want to know what is the expected inches of rain. So what we're going to use is we're going to go backwards into our equation. So remember that our equation says y hat, so that's the yield, is equal to negative 9.12 plus the 4.38 times the amount of rainfall. Well, if we're given the amount of yield, which would be 60 bushels, how much rainfall is that going to amount to? How much could we expect the rainfall to amount to? So we're just going to plug in 60 for yield and simplify this equation. So plus 4.38 times the x, which is our amount of rainfall. So I'm going to add 9.12 to both sides, because that's how I would solve this equation. And I would get 69.12 is equal to 4.38x, because at this point now I want to divide both sides by 4.38. So divide by 4.38, because that's the number sitting next to my variable x. Divide by 4.38. That's going to cause the variable on the left to have a coefficient of 1 now next to it. And so in my calculator, I'm going to divide 69.12 by 4.38, and let's see what we get. So I'm going to take 69.12, I'm going to divide that by 4.38, and I find out that that number is about 15.78. So we would expect to have approximately 15.78 inches of rainfall, which would be this value right here, for a yield of 60 bushels of wheat.